Hey, buddy.
You talking to me?
Yeah, you?
You talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you.
You talking to me?
Just chill, bro.
Oh, yeah? Huh? Okay.
You're right. All of the hatred that you feel towards this movie, you're valid. I'm wrong. Hey guys, my name is Joseph Curtis, and if you love movies just as much as me, you have come to the right place, my friend. Now do me a huge favor and click that like and subscribe button because I'm almost at 500, and then let's get to 1,000. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers. And also, by the way, if you want to follow me on the following social platforms, that would be great as well. Now with that out of the way, let's talk about the new Pixar film, Lightyear. While spending years attempting to return home, Maroon Space Ranger Buzz Lightyear encounters an army of ruthless robots commanded by Zurg, who are attempting to steal his fuel source. To give you guys context for the opening that I just did, IMDb has been getting review bombed specifically for this film Lightyear by people that clearly hate this film because it's either ruining their childhood and many other reasons that I won't get into because people are just idiots. And this is genuinely, now to talk about the film, this is genuinely a solid good movie. It is not bad, but it's not amazing. It's not top tier Pixar. Just want to get that out of the way. I cannot believe that they got Chris Evans to do this role. When I first heard about that, I was a little bit thrown off. I'm like, why don't they just get Tim Allen? Then I realized what this story was all about. It's about the real Buzz Lightyear, not the toy. This is actually the real character that the toy is based off of. And we get to see his many adventures, hopefully, because I guess sequels are a thing and they want to tease that too. Yeah, I actually really had a fun time with this film. But let's first talk about those things. Let's talk about what worked with Lightyear.
A new adventure.
I'm gonna grant you 4 minutes to be off planet, but then you come right back to us. To infinity
and beyond.
I already mentioned him before, but Chris Evans literally is the best Captain America ever, and he's an amazing Buzz Lightyear. I'm not going to say he's the best because Tim Allen is the OG. Nobody messes with Tim Allen, but Chris Evans does a spectacular job embodying the voice of this beloved character, Buzz Lightyear. By the first minute of this film, the opening monologue, you are immediately thrown into Buzz's world, and you kind of forget that's Chris Evans. Some people are saying that they can hear a little bit of Captain America, and I can understand why, but from my experience, I just thought he hit it out of the park. I really bought him as this character, as Buzz Lightyear, and never once did I question, hey, shouldn't Tim Allen be doing this? This is kind of ruining my experience right now. Nope, didn't have any of those thoughts, and I never really thought I was going to. He just has an amazing voice, a very charismatic, very heroic, very American voice. And we get that in this film, and he just did an amazing job. I love Chris Evans. You have my heart as Captain America, and now as Buzz Lightyear. Another positive for this film that's pretty obvious for Pixar, the animation. The animation in this looks stellar, especially in the deep space sequences. There were moments that harkened back, for me, the personal feeling of Star Wars mixed with Interstellar. It just completely, I was lost into the sequence in a good way. Not like, oh my gosh, what's happening? But I want to go deeper into this kind of idea that they were going into when it came to hyperspace, when it came to the idea of this type of fuel that they had to find, and they had to use their resources to gather everything together to make this type of fuel so they can leave this planet. And then when you get the amazing montage of him having to go and I won't get into spoilers, but something happens, basically. There's a consequence of him using the fuel every single time. And maybe you guys already know it when you see the sequence, and you'll know what I'm talking about when he's going up into space and then coming back down and hanging out with Socks the cat. And I'll get to that in a second, and going to bed, doing the same thing day in and day out. I felt it. I felt the emotion, and there's no other animation studio that can make me look at the screen and just look at the world, look at the animation that I'm beholding right here on the big silver screen, and it can just make me tear up because of the amazingness that they're able to bring to the audience, the amount of work that they must do to showcase what they're showing to us. And I got to give honor where honor is due. The animators, you did a 10 out of 10 job. I completely loved the world that Buzz was marooned on. I just wanted to stay there a little bit longer. I wanted to know why there was a dark side of the planet all the time. There was a fire side, there was a forest side, and there was laser shields involved with the planet as well. Won't spoil that, but it just was a really cool, amazing experience when it came to the space sequences and the planet sequences. And this is one of my favorite positives, is the first 30 minutes. The first act in this film is absolutely breathtaking. It was emotional. It had some pretty good action sequences. It had a stellar opening monologue from the great Chris Evans. And it had, like I said, I think I mentioned it before, but the montage sequence between Buzz going up to space, coming back down, going to bed, same routine over and over again. And when you see it, when you get the context, it hits you right in the heart, just right there, just stabs you right there, especially when you get to a certain moment when the music builds and builds and builds, and then feel like the air just left your body. I absolutely loved what they did at the ending of the first act. The amount of character work for Buzz and the certain people that are in his life, and just the toll that Buzz has to take. Because even in the first 5 to 8 minutes of this film, when you see the opening Pixar animation studios, I was in it. I was like, I am so in it for the ride. And the last thing that I have to mention, like, I remember watching the trailer and seeing this element, and I was thinking, this ain't gonna work. I am not laughing at all. This character seems kind of annoying, and I'm not gonna have a good time. I'm just not. I'm not. But then Socks the cat showed up. And wow, everybody's saying it. Everybody's saying that Socks the cat is the highlight, and well, they are. Socks the cat is an incredible part in this film and way more integral than I thought he was going to be, in many different ways connected to Buzz's specific character, and really a lot of key moments throughout the film where he is really helping him, not just in a physical sense because he's got a couple cool gadgets up his sleeve, but in an emotional sense as well. And for me personally, I think Socks the cat was the heartbeat. He was the one thing that connected everything together. And honestly, if Socks the cat wasn't in this film, I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much as I did. But now, speaking about specific characters, let's go into the things that didn't quite work with this film.
Well, I thought this was going to be like a fun boot camp workout thing. But it is not. Did I get it?
And I really only have 2 negatives with this film, but I'm going to combine them into one. And they do go hand in hand with each other. And that is the second act and the crew. The crew that Buzz runs into. Well, Buzz gets rescued by Hawthorne's granddaughter. And I really do like Keke Palmer. I think she's a fantastic actress. I really do. And she does a really, really good job in this role with what she's given. And the other characters like Taika Waititi. I don't know who the grandmother is, but she did a really good job with her voice acting. I don't think these are absolutely horrendous characters. I just didn't really enjoy them. I didn't really like the story from then on until you get to the third act, which yet again, it's kind of a pacing issue where you're having this incredible first act, and then the second act kind of just becomes a standard film, especially when you realize what this movie is actually going to be. Because I had an idea with the first act, not any expectations, just based off my experience with the first 30 minutes. I was 10 out of 10, skyrocketing high, and then it became like an 8, and then like a 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 6. It was a little all over the place, especially with this crew. And to get into specifics and specifics that don't really spoil the film though for you, Taika Waititi's character, I understand that he was there for comedy relief. And don't get me wrong, I love Taika Waititi. What We Do in the Shadows, the director of Thor Ragnarok, and many other projects. Cannot wait for Thor Love and Thunder. I love Korg. I really do. His humor didn't really work for me in this film. I only laughed like 2 or 3 times out of the 20,000 jokes that he was trying to do. And maybe there was 2 moments that the whole theater laughed. Like the whole pen joke, I was so over it. And his character specifically, I understand all these characters were meant to be a learning moment for Buzz. I get that. I really do. I just felt like the execution of it was kind of sloppy because every moment that Buzz should learn a lesson, this guy literally is the reason why they almost die like 2 to 4 times in this film. And I looked at my wife and I kept on rolling my eyes being like, I understand he's comedy relief, but at this point, he kind of just needs to get out of the picture. He's in the way. And I understand that Buzz has a thing with, the trainees, and there's a message for that where he learns to work with the trainees, the ones that don't really have the knowledge. But for me and my experience, and I have had experience with work, like during work, sometimes you have to train people. But this was a little bit too much. Like this guy literally almost got them killed in real life situations, obviously animated real life situations. I know this is not based off a real story, even though it'd be kind of cool. But anyways, the second act, the pacing was a little bit off for me because of the introduction of the characters. And then you realize the characters are with Buzz for the rest of the film, for the last hour, 55 minutes, whatever, give or take. It may seem like, whoa, his score is going to be really, really low. It's not. I still, at the end of the day, guys, I really had a good time, an all right time with this film, but it just had a little bit of weird pacing issues when you got to the middle act. Then it came back up, even with the characters that I just really wasn't vibing with. I didn't really like that crew, even though, yet again, the third act, it does have really awesome sequences with them involved, and I did feel a little something by the end of it. I gotta say, it was a fun time, even with those flaws, even with characters that I don't really care about. It's about Buzz Lightyear. Socks the cat was great, and the movie did what it needed to do. Even though, yeah, it played it safe near the second and third act, I still would recommend it for you guys. And with that out of the way, I'm going to give Lightyear a solid 7 out of 10. Well, thank you guys so much for watching my review. It really means a lot. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Come on, guys. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Let's go. Trying to get monetized over here. But most importantly, please don't forget to be blessed.